So Albon improves to 16th place. He drops Lindblad into the elimination zone. Hadjar goes up to 7th. Like-for-like comparison then with Max Verstappen, who goes into 4th with the fastest final sector. So that was well judged. Final sector, all straights and a hairpin. Let's go to Sainz now. Can he get past his teammate? Can he get himself into the next part of qualifying? Carlos Sainz to 14th to knock his teammate out. And now Arvid Lindblad needs an epic final couple of corners of this racetrack. That's what he's looking for. Alonso personal best, sector 1 and 2. Lindblad out of the final corner. How much has he got? Currently down in 18th. That's good enough for 11th. Colapinto now to the drop zone.
Colapinto and Bortoleto both on faster laps, so they could respond, and this could end up being Sainz.
That was the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. This is the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso. Alonso 2 seconds off the pace. And now we've got Colapinto and Bortoleto. Colapinto needed that. The Argentinian driver finds his way through, so Bortoleto responds. And after all of the action, the Williams are demoted once again. Sainz might be clear by about 0.4 of a second to Alex Albon, but he's going out in the first part of qualifying with him as well. Alonso is the lead gaggle of those scrapping at the back. And Bottas will be delighted to be ahead of an Aston Martin. Cadillac weren't expecting that at the start of the campaign. They thought they'd be scrapping amongst themselves, and over the line goes Valtteri Bottas, 20th quickest. Formula One's 5th fastest team from last year has stepped back into the drop zone, along with Cadillac and Aston. Isaac Hadjar is on the brink at the moment. Plenty who could cause him a headache behind, including Gabriel Bortoleto, his old sparring partner in Formula 2 a couple of years ago. This is the driver from Paris who was 3rd on the grid last week in Melbourne, and he remains in P10. Max Verstappen in 7th as it stands, goes up to P6. Bortoleto is the next driver to come across the line in the Audi. He's been capable of real pace so far this weekend. The yellow flag is out.
Bortoleto, I think.
And he's gone all in at the final corner. And where is Bortoleto? The yellow flag is out to ruin the laps, and there he is. We pick him up, and he was having to give it everything into the 16th and final turn, and he's gone off and recovered to the pit lane. Yellow flag out, and everyone having to back out as per the racing rules.
Colapinto might yet be able to find something. Bortoleto's got out of the way.
Gasly has a chance. Lawson, Lindblad, they were affected by that yellow flag. Gasly gets to P5. He's loving the Alpine around this circuit. Oscar Piastri's out there again. He's in 8th. Over to Franco Colapinto then, looking for a top 10 appearance, and he misses out by 0.005 of a second.
Let's see what happened to Bortoleto then. Let's have a look on the right-hand side on the way in. Is he getting on this curb? Only a little bit, but it was maybe enough just to unsettle him with a huge amount of entry speed as well.
Out in the second part of qualifying. Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Arvid Lindblad and Gabriel Bortoleto. The top 10 shootout, Q3, is underway. And it's Russell, stopped!
Jumping top right.
Looks okay now.
It's not. Just check boost. I've got a massive engine brake in here.
Had a look out of the commentary box, and George Russell has got a fix from the team. Kimi Antonelli is 19 years of age, and can he now carry the team's colours to the front? The time to beat for everyone out there is a 1:32.322. If they can't, Antonelli rewrites the record books over to Ferrari. And they've looked much better this weekend compared to last. They were scrapping for sprint victory earlier on, and it's Charles Leclerc across the line. He's 0.3 of a second away. The gap, the Q3 gap, reappears. What about Lewis Hamilton? Magic around this track in the past, and he is 0.6 of a second away. Lando Norris fully attacking on. This is new tyres. This is second on the grid for Norris, who came alive in the top 10 shootout yesterday and does so once more. Piastri slightly on the back foot so far. You come to Q3, you come to the front row. The Australian driver on pole position a year ago steps forward when it matters. Now to the Red Bulls. Can Hadjar get up there? 6th position, and Max Verstappen is over the line. He goes ahead of his teammate. Antonelli is hoping to seal some history now. A little correction of the steering wheel. He said he got a bit emotional sometimes when he was in the fight at the front last year. This is his second season in Formula One. Kimi Antonelli to the line, and Antonelli takes it further away. Is that the lap to become the youngest ever Grand Prix pole position holder? Norris will have something to say about it. Antonelli holds the fastest time with 30 seconds to go. Norris comes across the line. He can't improve his position. He can't climb to the front row. What about Charles Leclerc? 27 pole positions in Formula One. It won't be pole position this time, but it is a front row. Lewis Hamilton tries to fight back. Across the line we go. He climbs to the front row, to the joy of the crowd. And now Gasly on new tyres, pushing on. Gasly gets ahead of the Red Bull pair with another fine lap in a weekend that's been full of them. Behrman now gets up to 7th. You've got the Red Bulls, they're pushing on. And George Russell is at the bottom of your picture. Can he do anything to displace his teammate? A car that was ailing at the start of Q3. Over the line with Isaac Hadjar, he gets ahead of Behrman. He would have expected that. The checkered flag is waving. Next up is Max Verstappen, who's into 7th. Can Russell find purple sectors when it matters? We're going to get an answer. He's got to find a 10th of a second, or it's history for Antonelli.
Yeah, he was a little bit wide coming out of the throttle application of 12 into 13. Has he saved enough energy to win it back on the straight?
The hairpin of 14 is ahead. Then 15 is an easy squirt on the throttle. A left-hander of 16 is the difference. Russell trying to knock Lewis Hamilton off the front row, trying to take back-to-back pole positions in Formula One, unleashing all of the power. Here comes the question. Is it history for Antonelli, or is it a comeback for George Russell? Across the line, he's missed out. And the youngest ever driver to take a Formula One Grand Prix pole is Kimi Antonelli at 19 years of age. He takes the record from Sebastian Vettel. There is the history boy. Antonelli does it. Russell climbs back to the front row. It's Hamilton in 3rd, Leclerc in 4th, Piastri in 5th, and Norris in 6th.
Nice work, Kimi. That's a pole position, mate.
Yeah, let's go, man. Woo!
Pierre Gasly, great effort, but an Alpine, the 10th fastest car last year, 7th ahead of the Red Bulls, Verstappen then Hadjar, and Behrman again in Q3. The pack has got closer, but there's a new name at the front in Formula One qualifying. At 19 years of age, congratulations, Andrea Kimi Antonelli.